Good morning, Patriots. Hope everybody's having a blessed morning. Again, if it's your birthday today, happy birthday. People, I was watching John Anderson's video a while ago, and he's exactly right. These politicians, you know what? Here's my thing on these politicians, people that's running for president, all these 900 or so people running for president. If you are so corrupt as a person or as a politician, which most of them out there are, well, all of them I see are anyway, where every time you do a political speech for your campaign and you stand up there and have to defend all the lies that you put out and then tell everybody, well, I don't think that way anymore, I don't think that way anymore, just to get a vote, well, I couldn't trust them, people. Think about it. If you just met me, let's say you come to my house and you've heard all this stuff about. Let's say you heard all this stuff about me that, and I stood there for 2 hours trying to convince you to like me instead of just being honest with you. I don't think you'd like me. Well, that's the same thing with a politician, right? That is running for. Look at Hillary. Look at all of them. Right? All of them. Right? If you go back in history, I read something, and you know what? It kind of struck me because it's a true statement. If Obama had been president on December the 7th, 1941, this is what he'd have done that day. When Japan bombed Pearl Harbor? He'd have finished his round of golf, right? He'd have issued executive orders and placed sanctions on Japan, like that's what he does now. He'd have formed a coalition and used diplomacy, and then he'd have drawn a red line if sanctions didn't work. You understand, people? He'd have done nothing but talk. That's what's wrong. That's why we need a strong man up there in office, people. Somebody that's going to do the right thing and not stand there and lie to you. You know what? I think these politicians, when they come out there and they do their little campaign things, you remember there was a game, well, a lot of people don't remember. When I was a kid, there was a game show that came on, and it was called Watch My Line. Something like that, I think it was. Anyway, people would say stuff lying, and people over here would have a blindfold. I think they had a blindfold on, and they would try to figure out who was lying or not. Well, I think these politicians, they ought to have a little button up there, and they hook to a machine. And there's a green button and a red button, and when they have to answer these questions, well, if they ain't lying, the green light goes off, and if they lying, the red light goes off. I guarantee you, within 1 hour, the bulb in that red light would be burned out because all the freaking lies that they're saying, just to get your vote. Right? Anyway, that's why we need an honest person up there in that White House. And you know what, people? If we don't get an honest person up there, like I said, and I've been preaching it, and everybody out there's heard it, what else is going to get attacked? What scares me is what else is going to get attacked, or what else is going to get get took before the end of Obama's administration. That's if we can get him out of office, but the thing is, you know what I'm talking about. It's like, they've took history out of school, they're changing history, all this stuff. When I was a kid, I remember one time the teacher asked me, she said, "You do your homework last night?" I said, I hoo-hooed around, I didn't like doing homework. She said, "What color is the house that the president lives in?" My answer was, being a smart bud, I said, "I don't know what color his house is. I ain't never been there." Well, the teacher got mad, Okay, I got it. Then she said, "Will you tell me what year that Abraham Lincoln died?" Well, I said, "Well, I didn't even know he was sick." My point being is, people, if we don't teach history to our children, that's the answers that they're going to get when the teachers ask them a certain question about history, because when you don't teach history the proper way, well, history gets lost. And if you lose history, well, we're going to repeat history, just like we're doing right now. Right? That great statement about Ronald Reagan when he was in office. The strong people of liberty, the people of this country that live under liberty, are bonded by liberty and God. And once you lose liberty and God in your daily activities in America, will we be separated like a bunch of sheep? And that's the true fact. We are separated like a bunch of sheep right now, and we need to get this country back. Anyway, God bless all of you. Keep the word out there for Robert McLeod and John Anderson. And God bless America.